Hi, my name is Caitlin Rowland, and I'm here to talk to you about my Genius Hour. Before I begin, I just want to talk a little bit about what Genius Hour is. Genius Hour is 1 hour to let your students research anything that they're interested in. It could be anything from how to make the best skateboard jump to is there really life on Mars? They can research whatever they want for a full hour. It's awesome. There's only 3 rules to Genius Hour. First off, your project must be approved. Secondly, the project has to be researched and explored. And thirdly, you must be able to present and share your findings. So I chose to do how to make the best apple pie for my Genius Hour. And the reason I did that is because I wanted to be able to bring an apple pie on Thanksgiving when I came home and have my family eat it and just be blown away. My grandma always makes the best apple pie, and she makes the best pumpkin. She makes everything the best. So I decided that I wanted to see if mine could even compare to hers. And also, my sister-in-law is a pie connoisseur. She makes all kinds of pies. Whenever we buy store-bought pie or anything, she can tell whether the apples are from a can. She can tell. She claims that she can tell whether the apples are from a can or from scratch, like from actual apples. So I wanted to see if I could trick her into seeing whether or not my pie was good. So for my research, I looked up on Pinterest and in cookbooks and in old family recipes, and I asked friends, and I just researched the different aspects to what would make the best pie. So I decided to base it on kind of 4 different areas. So the first one was the best pan to use. So I had read things on you should use a glass pan, you should use a metal pan, you should use just a tin aluminum pan. So I did the research, I tried a couple different pans, I tried even making little cupcake pies, and I found that it didn't make a huge difference what kind of pan you used, that you could kind of use whatever. So for my best pie ever, I said that you could probably just use a disposable, like that you just buy from the grocery store, because that way you can give it, you don't have to worry about dishes after, it's just easier. The second area was what is the best crust. So I tried store-bought crust, I tried homemade crust, I tried crumble, I tried a bunch of stuff, and I found a very easy recipe that I posted on my blog. It's very simple. And then I read some stuff. Should you pre-bake the crust before you put the apples in? Should you just have it raw before you do the apples? So I tried both, and I found it's just overall easier to just cook everything all together, and that way it's just easier. So, and then the next area was the filling, of course. So I had to research, would it be better for the apples to do most of the flavor work, or do you need a lot of extra to make the pie taste good? So I tried some really thick fillings, I tried some store-bought fillings, I tried just having pretty much just the apples with a little bit of sugar on them, and I found the best was just to add a little bit of brown sugar, kind of make a little bit of a caramel sauce with brown sugar and all a bunch of stuff that I posted on my blog as well. Because I found the store-bought filling was just too sweet and too thick, and it made it too gooey. So I let the apples do most of the work with just a little bit of help from sugar, because everyone loves sugar. The other area that I looked at was apples, of course. What's the best apples to use? So I tried McIntosh apples, I tried Granny Smith apples, I tried Red Delicious apples, and then I got a tip from a friend who knows a lot about apples for some reason, and he said Empire apples were the best. So I said, what the heck, let's try it, and they were the best. So those are my 4 criteria, and I also figured out, of course, everyone has a different kind of taste, so I decided that my winner for the best pumpkin pie would be whichever one is easier and more practical for people who don't have baking skills like myself. If someone else can make a great apple pie, so I chose kind of the easiest, most effective recipe. So I chose one that could be done with the latticing on the top, or you could just do a plain pie crust on the top. I tried it with the crumble and I just didn't like it as much. So again, this was kind of an interesting genius hour because there was no right answer, which I think most genius hours are probably like that. So that's my genius hour, and I ate a lot of pie, so that was good. And I really enjoyed this project, and I will definitely be doing it with my students.